We are going to explain what a DEP method is. D stands for demonstrate, so your coach will demonstrate the drill, and E stands for explain, so your coach will explain the drill and you guys can get a good understanding of what the drill is. P stands for participate, so you guys will be involved or take part in this drill. E stands for evaluate, so you guys can discuss if you like the drill or you dislike the drill. Now we are going to be doing stretches. Stretches make sure that you don't get any injuries during your game or training sessions.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sprints.
Sprinting is a very important exercise to practice and is usually held during training. The coach normally tells his players to do sprints up and down the court. This is very useful and can help your body's endurance last longer. It can also keep you in shape for the games.
3-man weave.
Newton's first law of motion relates to our video because when a basketball player picks up the ball, it rests in his hands and will remain at rest until an unbalanced force is applied. This is Newton's first law. An example of how Newton's first law relates to everyday life is that a chair can be standing still and an unbalanced force is applied, such as a person pushing that chair. This will then cause the chair to roll. This is Newton's first law.
Skill drill. The point of the skill drill is to make sure you do something right. Every single time you keep on doing this drill, you will understand what the drill is and you'll get it right. Spacing drill.
Newton's second law relates to our project because once the ball has left the player's hand, the ball accelerates and travels in the same direction the ball is given force in. The force comes between the two players as the ball is passed. This is Newton's second law. An everyday example of how Newton's second law relates to our video is that if you use the same force to push a truck and to push a car, the car will have more acceleration than the truck because the car has less mass. It's easier to push an empty shopping cart than a full one. That's because the full shopping cart has more mass than an empty one. This is Newton's second law. Free throws.
Free throws are very important because this is a goal that is awarded to you due to a foul. Make sure you guys jump, hit the backboard and aim for your target.
In Newton's third law, it states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, which means when you apply force to an object, it applies force back to you. An example of that is when the ball hits the backboard, it just bounces back. This is Newton's third law. An everyday example of Newton's third law is that when you jump, your legs apply a force to the ground, and the ground applies an equal and opposite reaction force that propels you to the air. This is Newton's third law.
Punishments. As I kick the ball, this means I get a punishment, so now I have to do 10 push-ups. Pass and shooting. The aim of pass and shooting is to pass to your teammate when you are close to your side of the court. When you are close to the side of your court, you pass the ball to your friend and he shoots it into the basket. Once you have finished this drill, we want you guys to discuss and see if you like the drill. Layups.
A layup is a two-point shot attempt made from leaping from below the ring and then laying up the ball into the basket while in the air, using one hand to bounce it off the backboard and into the basket.